Welcome to my video series called Porn and You. My name is Lyell and I'm a men's health and porn addiction specialist in Melbourne. Today we're going to talk about some of the stats from my research, which started a year ago actually. And hi everyone, thanks for watching. Now let's deep dive into all of these numbers and see where the patterns tend to lie with men watching pornography. So with erectile dysfunction so common in today's society, and with the overwhelming disconnect that is occurring in relationships so frequently, it's time we all started talking about what's really going on here. There are plenty of professionals out there treating this issue, but their solution to the problem is to just stop watching porn, which is so ridiculous. That's like asking an ice addict to stop smoking ice. It's not effective, and that type of solution offers no understanding of how the body or this addiction works, nor does it address any of the underlying issues, the triggers, or the interconnected symptoms around mental and sexual health. It also doesn't offer the ongoing support needed to kick this habit. All right. Okay, so let's look at the stats. I've been seeing the stats in my clinic for years and no one believed me. Every time I talked about the majority of men and the levels at which this was affecting society, I got slammed. So I did some research and I got slammed again. Then, which really was interesting, and the people that came at me were actually industry professionals. Which was also interesting. They were coaches, psychologists, that type of thing, who kept saying to me, but your research doesn't match textbook studies, things like that, calling it a bogus survey, some of them. The guys that took this survey weren't my clients, and if they were, I wasn't aware of it. These were just random volunteers from online who completed the survey. And it wasn't a survey of porn addicts either. It was a cross-section of society from all different countries and demographics, the survey was made available on all sorts of platforms, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. There were 200 men that completed the survey. So I'll pop the link up in the comments so that you can actually have a look at it yourself and complete it. You may not think that 200 men is a lot of people, but like with any survey, it's a cross-section of society. Also, I've been saying this for years, and the stats I've been seeing are actually higher than what showed up in the survey. And I've treated thousands and thousands and thousands of men over the years. So I'm pretty experienced in this. So let's have a look. 97% of men are watching porn regularly, according to my survey. That's a massive epidemic that we really need to address. And I'm here to tell you I have an amazing solution, and I'm doing this every single day in my practice and having amazing results, as you all know. So there is hope, right? 84% of men surveyed agreed porn is addictive, but most men that I see or talk to don't believe that they have a problem or any addiction at all. They see it as an alternative to cheating or as sexual inspiration, because men are visual, right? Well, men are visual creatures, yes, but this goes way beyond being visual. A lot of men laughed at the thought of porn even being an addiction and see it as completely normal. And our society has supported that mentality, enabling the sex industry to be the largest in the world, thanks to the internet. So watching porn also drains your life force energy, almost to the point that you're an empty vessel. The average level of energy and motivation of the men surveyed was 6 out of 10, which is really low. And I see that in clinic every day. When I get guys to get off porn, they often feel like they have lost their sex drive. And that's because the organic sexual energy and the chi has been depleted completely from porn usage. Sexual energy is life force energy, is chi, right? So when you ejaculate, you expel from your energy source, your chi. The majority of you are watching it at some stage during work hours, at your workplace, or watching it in the car. A lot of you are masturbating and reaching orgasm quickly on your own. and therefore you're not able to last long during sex. 70% of you are actually reaching orgasm quicker watching porn versus not watching it at all. And what you do in masturbation will happen during sex. This is why a lot of men are experiencing premature ejaculation as a side effect of watching porn. Okay, so almost 50% of you are feeling unsatisfied after masturbation or sex, even after you've already achieved orgasm with your partner. And that is because you don't get the same chemical fix or hit from sex that you do from watching porn. And you are depleting your sexual energy each time you watch porn over and over and over. There is no natural buildup of sexual energy behind your orgasm. Therefore, you're left feeling unsatisfied. And you're running on empty and trying to fill a void all the time. Your brain is trying to feed the addiction it has to the chemicals being produced each time you watch porn. Your penis doesn't even respond at the best of times unless you're watching porn. Okay, so 50% of the guys reported having an erectile dysfunction issue. So issues with getting erections and maintaining erections. This is the one stat that I see a lot higher because men often don't realize that they have erectile dysfunction because they're watching porn all the time. So you get hard with porn, right? We get that. And you get hard with sex. You can't maintain it, and you can't get hard when you're masturbating on your own without porn, or if your partner is massaging you and there's no sex involved. For example, I see it in around 90% of the men that I see or talk to. Now, the biggest kicker is that 91% of you are watching porn and masturbating for reasons other than self-pleasure. 91%! That's when things are actually getting out of control. You are masturbating because you're bored, because you're lonely, depressed, anxious, stressed, tired, tense, hungover, can't sleep, can't think straight, self-medicating for mental and emotional stresses, and before you go to gym. That's what you told me. The part of the brain that is responsible for making decisions and logical thinking is called the frontal lobe, and is the part most affected by porn addiction, same as a drug addiction. It's responsible for concentration and focus. It controls really important cognitive skills such as emotional expression, problem solving, memory, language, judgment, and sexual behaviors. It is the control panel of our personality and our ability to communicate. 65% of men surveyed have some kind of mental health issues or illness. And I'm going to guess it's even higher. So yes, there are a lot of other things going on here other than boobs and ass, as you can see. I'd love you to fill out my survey. I'll give you the link in the comments. So the good news is that we can do something about this for each and every one of you, right? Often people come at me asking me to shut down the porn industry, thinking that that's the solution and that I have that power. Would you like me to go after the drug dealers while I'm at it? It starts with you and only you. Take accountability and responsibility into your own hands. You can do this. You can register for my 90-day program, Awaken Your Sex God, and I will hold your hand all the way through the process so that you can start making changes immediately that will completely change all areas of your life. For more info, send me a PM and I'll contact you on your mobile. Don't forget to watch the other videos in this series. Ciao for now.